Women of Reddit, what is something that men say or do that is very hurtful to you without them realizing it is? Are you on your period? When I'm angry and then not listen to a word I'm saying. It takes a lot to get me angry, but anytime a guy tries to push me into doing something, it rubs me the wrong way. It could be something super innocent, but if I say no and he keeps trying to pressure me into doing it, it shows that he has no respect for me or what I want, and only cares about getting what he wants. Unfortunately, a lot of guys do it. It's like a game to them to see how far they can get. I am very handy and love DIY. My husband couldn't care less about home improvement projects, landscaping, etc. So, most of the tools and equipment we own were purchased and are used by me. I hate it when men will assume I don't know how to use my husband's tools, or that he should be the one fixing things. Like my tiny woman brain can't handle power tools or basic plumbing. I don't know men that say this, but my mom always says, "That's not very ladylike," or "That's not very becoming. She's only in her 50s. It's not like she was born in those sort of times either." I just hate it. Also when men say, "You should smile more. You should move your face more. Cause of my resting face." Yay, right, but doesn't mean you should say it. My so has deep-rooted personal issues he has gotten better about but not gotten over regarding his family. For some backstory. When a member of his family does something that makes me upset, he'll tell me, "You've been around them long enough, you know how they are," or invalidate me being upset in some way. But he has complained about them excessively and for things that happened back to his early teens. Person facepalming female sign. I hate when I've spent literally hours deep cleaning a room. Have it super pretty and pristine, and then a guy will come in and it's like a twister ran through. Smelly socks and shoes discarded on the ground. Plates of half-eaten food on the table. Decorative pillows all tossed around. Like I want you to be comfortable, but for sake it only takes a minute to just clean up after yourself. And this is not just one guy either. My dad. My mom's boyfriends over the years. My husband, though he's doing better about it these days. My friends. It's ridiculous. I feel like there's an expectation that I'll just come through and clean it all up again like a little fairy maid, and I hate it. I grew up in the South, and even though I'm a man, I've witnessed this one numerous times and heard the gripes about it. If a woman is alone when making major purchases like cars or homes, they'll get some version of the "Is your husband around to talk to?" Just very dismissive of a woman's ability to make decisions on her own. When you say something and it immediately has to be fact-checked via Google, even over trivial. Just how focused on physical traits some men seem to be. Obviously I'm including picking women apart, weighing them up based on how appealing they are to men's personal tastes. But I also hate to be consistently complimented on nothing but how hot they find me. It's generally flattering to be told you're attractive. Sure. And a reminder here and there from your partner that they find you sexy is key. But if there's a guy you're getting to know or whatever, and all they ever compliment you on is your body, it starts to feel insulting. I have a mind and a personality too. You know. And it feels like all you care about is how I look. Automatically assuming that you're worse, weaker than them at something, just because you're a girl. Then proceed to act surprised or just not acknowledge if you beat them. OMG, so many things, but the worst is when they say you can't take a joke. When you get mad, upset about a joke about you or women in general. I do have a sense of humor, but when every joke you make is at my expense in some way, it isn't funny, it's irritating and exhausting. Like somehow you constantly insulting me and my entire gender is my problem because you laughed when you said it, so I just can't take a joke? Get outta here with that. Many of my male friends or acquaintances, and even my dad, like to talk to my husband about how his job is going, but rarely ask me about mine. I make nearly the same paycheck and have a fairly interesting job that I've worked hard to get. But I think they think I'd rather talk about my social life, family, or hobbies before anything else. It's sad to not be questioned about something I spend all day doing. I've met a lot of guys who still don't get that "you should smile more" is an absolute asshat thing to say. It makes women feel like we're mere decorations in men's lives, and don't comprehend that it's not our job to make men's days more pleasant. Men referring to me as "girl," especially in a professional setting. No, woman, not a child. But to be fair, there are some women that do this as well. I do correct anyone that refers to a grown woman as a girl. Fetishizing bisexuality. It's not a man-only thing, but in my experience, if I say I am bi, most men will joke about it immediately or ask if I am into threesomes. I'm perfectly happy for my partner and I to do separate things when we're at home alone. But it's nice to be thought about every so often. If you're playing video games while your partner is home, just give a simple acknowledgement like blowing them a kiss or "you look so cute" when they walk past on their way in out of the room. That way you're still connected even if you're having some alone time. My previous partner prioritized video games every time, and it was like I didn't exist for hours. That hurts. Sometimes when I say that I don't like to cook or that I hate little kids and don't want children, some guys don't care, but some guys ask, "I thought you were a woman." That really hurts, and it is extremely disrespectful. Saying "good girl," very patronizing. "I have 2 degrees, mate. Don't need you to congratulate me." Seem shocked when I do something that someone with like 2 IQ points could do, face with rolling eyes. ITT. Women saying what is hurtful to them and men telling them why it's okay. When he won't admit he's wrong even after fact-checking. When they say to you "calm down" when you upset. It brush over how you feel and treat you like it not so important. It often used to shut you up when they not want to hear you. "You're not like other girls." Men typically mean that as a compliment, but I don't really see insulting my entire gender as very nice. I get cut off a lot, so I've pretty much stopped talking to everybody. What's the point of wasting my breath, right? On my feed, this question was immediately followed by the Ask Reddit, "What do you genuinely not understand?" When men feel like they have to test women when they mention that they have interests that are typically considered masculine. I'm a huge American football fan and have been playing for almost a decade now, but sometimes when I tell men about it, they're all like, "Oh really? Name all of the insert team name here's previous coaches. You're so cute when you get angry." I had people tell me that a few times, including lovers and family members. Always men. For some reason, I am a very tiny woman that looks 10 years younger than my actual age, and this always gets to me. I only very rarely get really angry. And when I do, it's because something feels deeply, fundamentally wrong. I'm not cute. I'm angry. I'm devastated, and you're not listening, nor taking my feelings, nor the unacceptable situation, nor logic in account. Whenever someone tells me that, I could cry for the injustice of it all. None of those who said it understood why I hated it. Now I usually fake to be unaffected and reply something like, "Okay, we'll talk later when your brain works again," and leave. But I can never really forgive them for it. So I'm studying something that could be classified as very feminine. And my boyfriend is studying something that would be classified as male-dominated, and sometimes when we're arguing about how we need to clean and we just don't have the time, he says that what he's doing is much more difficult than what I'm doing. Edit. Hello people, thank you for all the responses. Things between me and my partner have been resolved and we discussed it. He said that he would never be able to do what I do, just as I would never be able to do what he does. They are equally difficult in their own ways. Secondly, to everyone who was saying that I should say what I am studying. That was not the main point of why this comment was hurtful. It was hurtful because it made my interests and choices feel like they were less important in a way to his. Thirdly, I would like to say that I was definitely not expecting this many responses to this comment at all, so to some of the more useful commenters I would like to say thank you for your input. My dad once told me, "You'll make a man very happy one day." Because I'm thrifty and don't spend a lot of money. I told him it won't matter if I'm thrifty or not because I'll be making my own money. Seconds. I thought this was due to his ADHD. But then I noticed he will literally listen to any of his male roommates talk endlessly without his constant interjection. The thing is, I don't think he does it purposely or maliciously. He apologizes and asks me to continue after his interruption, but I'm tired of repeating myself and losing my train of thought. Or pretending to forget what I was talking about just so I don't have to go through the whole process again. I hate when random men tell me I should smile.